What's up? Chester RP Church Devotional Podcast. Thanks so much for being with us. Esther chapter 5, beginning in verse 9. This is what we read. And Haman went out that day joyfully and glad of heart. But when Haman saw Mordecai in the king's gate, that he neither rose nor trembled before him, he was filled with wrath against Mordecai. Nevertheless, Haman restrained himself and went home, and he sent and brought his friends with his wife Zeresh. And Haman recounted to them the splendor of his riches, the number of his sons, and all the promotions with which the king had honored him, and how he had advanced him above all the officials and the servants of the king. Then Haman said, even Queen Esther, let no one but me come with the king to the feast she prepared. And tomorrow also I am invited by her all together with the king. Yet all this is worth nothing to me, so long as I see Mordecai the Jew sitting at the king's gate. Then his wife Zeresh and all his friends said to him, let a gallows 50 cubits high be made, and in the morning tell the king to have Mordecai hanged upon it. Then go joyfully with the king to the feast. This idea pleased Haman, and he had the gallows made. Oh, Haman. Haman is about to make a huge mistake. He goes out, he has this dinner, he has this banquet with the queen and the king. He's so fired up and so proud of himself. He got invited to the king's palace. He got invited to the king's court. He got invited to the dinner with only the king and the queen there. He thought he was somebody. Boy, he thought he was something. He was fired up. He was proud of himself. He had his feathers puffed. He walks out of the meeting. He's glad of heart. He's fired up. But then all of a sudden, he goes by the king's gate, and he sees that blooming Mordecai sitting over there. That dad-blasted Mordecai who keeps keeping Haman from getting the attention that Haman thinks he deserves. Now, Haman, for whatever reason, is hung up on Mordecai. Now, you and I look at this and say, this seems absolutely insane. And I mean that in a true sense of the word. It means it's unreasonable, out of one's mind, that you are the prime minister of the entire kingdom. You are second in command only to the king. You have just been in the king's court. You have just left the king's house and had dinner with the king and his wife. You alone. And you go home and you're going to talk about how great that is, and you're going to be so proud of that. And you walk out of there and Mordecai will not bow down to you. We're going to look at him and say, who cares about Mordecai? What is Mordecai to you, Haman? He's just a guy who sits out here at the king's gate. By the way, he was just out here a few days ago screaming and wearing sackcloth and acting all foolish in the sense of the Medo-Persian world, right? Foolish in this from the perspective of the Medo-Persian world. Why are you worried about Mordecai? Everybody else bowed down to you. You worried about this guy right here? Don't pay him any attention. Nobody else does. You're the prime minister. You are the one who is just in the presence of the king. And so he goes home all bummed out about it. He just can't let it go. And so his family say, hey, look here. And his friends say, look, Haman, look here. Why don't you build a gallows 50 feet high? Make a big one. Make a public display. And we're talking about a big gallows, 50 feet, 5 stories tall. That's huge. And why don't you, when doing that, make it to where Haman's going to have to hang? Mordecai's going to hang from those gallows, because you're going to demonstrate to the people of the citadel of Susa and anyone else who may be visiting that this is what happens when you cross Haman. You make an example out of him and just be done with him. If you can't ignore him and you can't get rid of him, then just be done with him. Just make the gallows and set this thing in place, and then hang Mordecai so that all will see your power and your glory. So his friends and his family are just pumping him back up. They don't want to see him down in the dumps. You don't want to see your loved ones down in the dumps. And so you say, look, there's no reason for you to be bummed out about that person. There's no reason for you to be bummed out about that person. They don't pay them any attention. Just keep on doing whatever it is you're doing. They're not distracted. You don't let that one monkey stop the show, as it were. Right? Keep on plugging along. Keep on keeping on. Why in the world are you worried about him? So just here's what you need to do. You need to build this gallows and then have him there hung on the gallows. And Haman said, I like that idea. Now, there's not really a lot to learn here except for the fact that people are going to be sensitive people, immature people, power-hungry people are going to be upset about small things because they take that as an affront to them. They take that as a direct shot at them. All right? But it's an important part of the story. because it sets up the irony of the back half of the story, which we'll read next time, beginning in verse 1 of chapter 6, that it's not Mordecai who's hung on those gallows. It's Haman. And it's quite a story to get us to that point. You guys take care. God bless you. Trust God. Walk with him and know that he has all things in moving in the right direction for his glory, for his purposes, and for the good of his people. You guys take care. God bless you. I'll catch you next time.